She's not always testing you to hurt you. Sometimes she's testing you to see if you're really the man she can trust with her heart, and how you react, that makes all the difference. Welcome back to Echoes of Stoicism. Today we're breaking down the 7 hidden tests women use, often without even knowing it themselves. These aren't games, they're questions asked without words to see if you're solid or if you crumble. Stay with me till the end, because once you understand this, you'll never be confused by her again. 1. She delays her replies. Picture this. You send her a text, something simple, maybe asking how her day was. You see the 2 ticks, maybe even online, but no reply. Minutes turn into hours, and inside you're restless. Do you send another? Do you ask why she's ignoring you? This, my friend, is often her first test. She wants to see what you do when you don't get instant attention. Some men fold instantly. They flood her with text, panic, or even accuse her of playing games. But a woman is watching something else entirely: your patience. If you can hold back, if you can stay calm and keep your life moving instead of begging for a reply, she notices. Because self-control isn't just attractive, it's rare. She doesn't want a man who needs her like oxygen. She wants a man who can breathe on his own. When you stay busy with your own goals, your own life, that silence starts working for you. It shows her you're not dependent. And that calmness, that patience, speaks louder than any words you could send. 2. She brings up other men. You're out having coffee. Everything feels fine. Then suddenly she drops a line like, "Oh, my coworker is so funny." Or, "This guy at the gym helped me today." She glances at you almost like she's waiting for your reaction. This is a test, not because she likes that man, but because she wants to see if you're break. Are you the type to get jealous, insecure, maybe even angry, or are you the type to smile, nod, and keep your calm? A woman needs to know if you're confident in yourself, because if every man she mentions makes you panic, she feels trapped with your insecurity. But if you don't flinch, if you don't start comparing yourself, she sees your strength. The truth, she doesn't want a man who fights ghosts. She wants a man whose presence speaks louder than any other name. The moment you realize other men don't reduce your value, you've passed the test. 3. She pulls away suddenly. 1 week she's warm, she's texting first, making plans, laughing at your jokes. The next she goes distant, cold. She cancels on you, ignores your calls, or just acts like she doesn't care. Confusing, right? But here's the untold truth. This is another test. She wants to see how you react to her absence. Do you chase like crazy, begging for her attention back? Do you blow up with anger, demanding an explanation, or do you keep your ground, respecting yourself, even when she pulls back? A lot of men fail here because they make her distance bigger by panicking, but the men who pass, they give her space. They don't chase what's running. They show through action, not words that their life doesn't stop just because she went cold. Ironically, this is what pulls her back in because she realizes she doesn't own your emotions. And a woman can't respect a man she can control, but she deeply respects the man who stays steady no matter what. 4. She disagrees on purpose. You're talking about something, maybe music, maybe food, maybe politics. Out of nowhere, she argues. She challenges your opinion even when you know she secretly agrees. Why does she do this? Because it's a test. She's not trying to pick a fight. She's trying to see if you'll fold under pressure. Will you instantly agree with everything she says just to keep her happy, or will you stand your ground calmly without turning it into a war? Real strength isn't about being stubborn. It's about being steady. You don't have to yell. You don't have to prove her wrong. You just have to show that your opinion doesn't vanish the moment she pushes. When you can disagree respectfully, she feels safe because now she knows if life throws challenges at you, you won't collapse. And that silent respect she gives you in those moments, that's priceless. 5. She gets emotional out of nowhere. You're sitting together, everything feels fine. Then suddenly tears or anger, or she storms off over something small. To you it feels like madness, but to her it's a test. She's not testing your patience with logic. She's testing your strength with emotion. She wants to know if you can handle her when she's at her worst. Do you lose your cool? Do you fight back, make it bigger? Or do you stay grounded even when she's spinning out? This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect, but it means you don't get dragged into chaos. You listen, you stay calm, you let the storm pass, and in that calmness, she sees a man who can lead. Because life isn't just about good days. It's about moments when emotions run high. And if she sees you can't handle hers, she'll wonder if you can handle life. But if you can, you just became rare. 6. She gives you silent treatment. Nothing eats at a man more than silence. You call, no answer. You text, nothing. She posts stories online but ignores you. It feels personal. And maybe it is, but it's also a test. She wants to see how you handle discomfort. Will you chase endlessly, calling 10 times? Will you lash out in anger, demanding a reply? Or will you stay calm, balanced, and let her sit in that silence? The truth is, silence reveals your strength more than words. A man who breaks under it loses. But a man who doesn't fight, silence with desperation wins, because now she knows you can handle space. You can handle uncertainty. And that calmness makes her come back to you on her own. When you don't let silence control you, she realizes she can't control you. And that realization changes everything. 7, she tests your boundaries. This is the biggest test of them all. She'll push your limits, maybe tease you, maybe disrespect you lightly just to see if you let it slide. And here's where many men fail. They ignore it thinking it's no big deal. But to her, it is. If you never stand up for yourself, she loses respect. She starts to believe she can walk over you. But if you calmly, firmly say, I don't accept this, you pass. Not because you controlled her, but because you controlled yourself. Boundaries aren't about being harsh, they're about self-respect. And when you enforce them with calm strength, she instantly knows you're a man, not a boy. And women don't test men, they truly respect. At the end of the day, every test she gives isn't about games, it's about truth. She wants to know if you're the man she can trust, respect, and follow. And every calm reaction, every boundary you hold, every storm you don't get dragged into, that's what makes you stand out. If this helped you, make sure you like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to my channel for more insights that reveal the real psychology behind love, attraction, and power.